Let's talk about how to create a vlog for your Instagram page. Now, this is a really simple way to create content for your Instagram that you can then repurpose later on, but it's also incredibly good for onboarding people into your business. So you're actually going to take them on a journey through these vlogs that you're going to be creating to help them get to know you and your business better so that they are ready to spend money with you and completely trust you when the time comes. Now, when it comes to vlogs, remember, you will be doing some direct to camera conversation like I'm doing right now, where I'm standing in front of my camera speaking directly to you, but you also need B-roll footage. Now, this B-roll can be things that you shoot yourself, or you can actually download some of that stock footage from the stock footage sites, and you can overlay it on top of what you're doing. You can do voiceovers, or you can do music overs on top of this montage of you doing things, whether it's typing on a computer, or you are packaging something up to send out to a client, but you want to make sure you have movement and action inside of your vlog. Again, this is not a tutorial video. Direct to camera the entire time is more educational style. This is going to be educational, but more on the entertaining side. So you want to make sure you have different backgrounds, different locations, short clips, and then you want to make sure that you have those B-roll montages in there as well, and take them on the journey of your day to help to get to know you better. Now, the most important and strategic thing you can do when it comes to creating a vlog for your Instagram page is to create a schedule and make sure that it's something that you can maintain on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, whatever it happens to be. I recommend for a vlog you do at least once per week. Expect people to show up when you post it every single Tuesday at 10 a.m. Have an actual schedule with a day and a time and train your people to show up to watch it, or at least look for it later on in the day after they get through work or after they put the kids to bed, whatever it happens to be. Creating that schedule and doing it every single week trains you to create that content and helps you get a lot better at it, but it also trains your people to show up and support you and expect to learn more from you on that given day at that given time. So if you can do once per week, that is good. That should probably be your minimum goal. If you can do maybe 2 or 3 times a week, that will just help people get to know you faster, but you want to make sure that you do it in the right time frame. So don't go overboard with this. Start small and build up if you can, or if you want to, inside of your business to kind of take them on that journey and have a little bit of a different twist to it every day, because your days are not going to all be the same. You can have a different theme overarching for your vlog every single time you create it, as long as you're kind of taking them on the journey of what you're doing. And I do recommend going through your day, but you can find other things in your business to do too, especially with special excursions or going out or doing special events. Bring them behind the scenes in the course of this vlog. Now, we're all familiar with YouTube vlogs, and the vlogs over on YouTube tend to be a little bit longer than I recommend for Instagram. Vlogs on YouTube tend to be around the 20 to 25 minute mark because they're looking for that monetization time. With Instagram, you are not going to get that long. Instagram has conditioned people to scroll through, so you can keep their attention for a couple of minutes. I recommend 3 to maybe 10 minutes with your vlog because that's all the attention people want to give you. They're going to want to keep scrolling and see what else is out there. So keep it short and concise, but entertaining and educational while you're doing it. I typically recommend, if you can keep it on the shorter side, that you do, but going up to 10 minutes is probably okay on Instagram. Just do what works best for you. And remember, you're telling your story in the shortest amount of time as possible. Do not be afraid to cut out the fluff. Now remember, Instagram is in a vertical format. So if you're filming with your phone, you want to hold it vertically, not horizontally. And if you're filming with a camera, keep in mind you need to stay right in the center because you are going to have to crop this vertically. Now, we've done a lot of testing over the years on how horizontal footage performs on Instagram, and it's not good. So make sure that you are clearly focused on shooting this in a way that's going to end up horizontal. So make sure your footage is not pixelated, make sure it's well lit, make sure that it's ready to go, and if you're using a camera or a phone, put it on a tripod or prop it up. Do not handhold this. We know with a lot of vlogging footage, people do handhold their cameras for short periods of time, but the duration of your footage should not be shaky as you're handholding it. And even if you have the steadiest hands ever, it will be shaky. So if you want to do a small segment where you're maybe walking and talking or you're handholding it, that's fine. But for the majority of your footage, make sure it is propped up and vertical so that you're ready to go. Now, with your footage for your vlog for Instagram, you have to keep people's attention. Your entire goal here is to get them to watch through most of, if not all of your video. And if they get bored at any point, they will keep on scrolling through the app and they're not going to stick around and watch you, which means they'll also probably not watch your future episodes as well. So you have to make sure you're keeping their attention. One great way to keep that audience retention is to do a bunch of short segments and put them together, have that B-roll, but also use music. So I definitely recommend for a vlog that you have music in the background. It doesn't have to be for the entire length of the vlog. If you pay attention to vlogs, some vloggers will have music throughout the course of the entire video, depending on how long it is, and some will have music at the beginning. They'll have some time where they're just speaking, then they'll have some music again, and sometimes they talk over the music, and sometimes it's just the music with B-roll footage. Keep it entertaining by mixing these things up. You don't want to do just the same thing every single time for every single segment inside of the video you're creating. You got to do something to keep their attention. And so changing the way they hear things, changing the way that they see things are really good ways to keep their attention as you are creating your videos. So I definitely recommend putting music to your vlog for Instagram, and I typically use Epidemic Sound for my music. I'm actually going to go ahead and link my link for you down in the caption below. It has 30-day free trial for you, and I love their music. I use it for everything I do over on my author platform where I do more of that vlog style content, and it's incredibly helpful to have that music. The options that they give you are fantastic, and you don't have to license each thing individually. It's just a monthly subscription so that you can download whatever you need to use during that time that you have the subscription. So highly recommend. I'll link that down below for you. Now, before you wrap up your vlog for Instagram, I want you to remember to give a call to action. Ask them to do something. Unlike YouTube, people are probably not necessarily going to click on your caption and read through the whole thing. It's a little harder for them to see. It kind of more acts like an overlay, and if they want more, they can. If you direct them there, they can go look at it, but they're less likely to engage with your caption on Instagram as they are over on YouTube. So give them a very clear call to action. Tell them to do something. Leave a comment. Like the video. Share the video, go over to your page and look at your story, go to your website, sign up for your newsletter, whatever it happens to be. Give them one very clear, consistent call to action, and make sure you drop this call to action toward the end. Definitely toward the end, right before you sign off. Tell them what step to take next. Now, smart entrepreneurs will be dropping this throughout the course of the vlog, the beginning, the middle, the end, but again, we're going vlog style here, not necessarily tutorial or educational. So you're not necessarily driving them to this thing throughout the course of your video. If it is organic, if it's natural in the conversation, please bring up your call to action. But at the very end, as you're wrapping it up, before you say goodbye, you do want to let them know that there is a call to action, whatever it happens to be. Pick that one thing and send them to go do something, because if you do not tell them to do it, they're not going to think to do it themselves. So you got to tell them what you want them to do before you sign off. Once you're done creating and editing your video, you need to make sure you've got a strong caption. So use a really good title, use a really good caption, and ask a question to get their attention and give them a reason to get involved and to leave a comment back. Unless you ask for a comment back, people typically aren't going to, and you have to give them a reason. Sometimes we have to convince people to leave comments on our posts on Instagram or any of the socials. So making sure that you give that call to action question where you're asking for an opinion, or you're asking for help, or you're asking them to respond to something, that's going to get them to probably take more action than if you just didn't do that at all. Now, in the course of your caption, you also want to make sure you're leveraging your hashtags. You get up to 30 inside of your IGTV videos, so you want to make sure you're using things that relate specifically to your video. So anything that you talk about in the video, anything you show off in the video, or anything related to your business. But keep in mind, a lot of people use hashtags that matter to their industry but don't matter to their clients. So if you need help with your hashtags, just go to hashtag.kmrobinson.com. Make sure you spell it right. It's also linked down below for you. Some people miss that H in hashtag, so I got you covered. But this is a freebie where I am explaining everything you need to know about hashtags relevant to your business that are actually going to get more eyeballs on your content, plus the number one thing that you're most likely using that's actually killing your reach and what to use instead. So go check that out. Free gift to you, and make sure you're leveraging hashtags inside of your caption, because this is what helps you to get seen. Now, when you're ready to post, you also want to make sure that you're sharing it over to your main feed and you're going to repurpose it. Repurposing your vlog footage is incredibly important. So once you put it on IGTV, send it to your main feed. You're also going to send it to your stories. You can put it inside of a guide, which I highly recommend. And if you need help on how to do any of these things, I've linked those all down below for you, especially how to use those guides. And you want to make sure you are then repurposing this elsewhere as well. You can grab and embed code from an IGTV video, and you can put it on your blog, your website. You can share it on your other social medias. Really, really leverage this content, because you want to get as many eyes on it as possible. And remember, with the algorithm, the more eyes you get on it early on and the more engagement you get, the more likely they are to show it to other people more and more and more outside of the realm and the sphere that you have have created for yourself on your Instagram platform. So get those eyes over there and get these vlogs everywhere possible, and don't just leave them to live on Instagram. But if you need help repurposing these things, I have videos linked down below for you. Now, once you start to post these vlogs, you want to make sure that you're adding these into an IGTV playlist. This is almost like a YouTube playlist where people can start to watch your videos and then actually go through things that you link together as part of a playlist. And if you need help with how to do that, again, I have linked resources for you down below because I totally have you covered when it comes to growing on Instagram for you as an entrepreneur to create more profit inside of your business through your smart social media marketing on Instagram. And remember, as you are creating this, it is absolutely essential that you stay consistent with your posting. Pick the day and the time you're going to be posting, do it once a week, and commit to it. Make sure that every single day on that day at that time, you are showing up and you are posting that vlog, and then you're around to kind of respond to people and engage with people because that helps your algorithm standing as well. And make sure you show up every single time. Repurpose it everywhere so that people know and they don't miss it in their feed, because sometimes we miss those organic posts. You know how that works. And so you want to put it on your stories, you want to shout it out, and even a few days later you can come back and shout that vlog out again. But show up consistently. If you want to grow what you're doing, you can go ahead and expand that once you feel comfortable with once a week. Otherwise, you can stay at that nice steady pace of once a week behind the scenes of your business, and make sure that you are actually taking them on the journey. So look for unique things to do. Make sure that you are active and moving while you're filming your footage. You're not just standing and talking straight to camera the entire time. Little bits of that is fine, but you can also be over here doing your laundry if you need to while you're talking, and you can look down here and you can be cooking food while you're also explaining what you're doing to them, because it is visually interesting and they're going to watch what you're doing. So take your time, get used to this, get to know how to do this. It is a little bit hard to do vlogging at first. It is an entirely different type of video creation, so I definitely recommend practicing. When I started my vlogs, definitely did a whole bunch of B-roll shooting that I never used. It was fine. I'm a professional videographer and photographer, so it was fine footage, but to actually splice all that together to look good, it definitely took a little trial and error, and you have to get used to that format and that style of creating videos. So if your videos are terrible the first couple of times out, that's okay. You will get better. Post it anyway. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be present. So do your best. You're gonna get better. It's gonna get easier. It's gonna get a lot faster. And once you get comfortable with it, it works so seamlessly with your day-to-day efforts inside of your business that it becomes second nature to you, and you don't even have to worry or stress over this. If you're gonna try vlogging on Instagram, go ahead and let me know down below. I would love to hear from you. And let me know, what types of topics are you going to be covering in your vlog? Leave your Instagram handle, because I would love to come check out what you're doing on Instagram and in your IGTV vlogging life. And I'll see you in the next episode. Make sure you hit the subscribe and notification bell, because we are breaking down even more things you need to know about how to grow your business through Instagram with this ever-changing cycle of the algorithm, because this year has been crazy with that algorithm. So I will see you in the next episode as we continue to break down everything you need to know to stay on the cutting edge of your Instagram growth.